Hey PlayStation Home fans, who remembers Novus Prime from PlayStation Home? I sure do, because I used to play it all the time, and I met some really lovely people in Novus Prime on Home, so shout out to you. Those people are still on my friends list who we used to play in Novus Prime together. So thanks to Destination Home we can play Novus Prime again, and here we are at the space station. So it just takes a little second to load in and load the character, and then we can have a quick look around the space station. So over here we've got a teleporter or portal to the private space, which was called the Novus Prime officers quarters, and out here we've got one of the shop or store points, which obviously isn't connected anymore because this isn't Sony's home, it's Destination Home. There's one of the little bot things on the outside of the space station, which is just like an enemy thing. And this is where you could launch missions, but I never did it from out here. I went inside and launched the missions in there. And this is really beautiful, the detail of this space station outside, and the colours of the sky and everything. They've went to so much trouble. Looks so good. And the ship waiting there. So even if you didn't even play the missions, it's such a nice space. And over near these, where the stairs are, you could go up. There was a VIP, sort of VIP only entry. I have no idea about that. If you know anything, please put something in the comments. But I definitely didn't have VIP status. And this was the spacewalk, which is like an anti-grav sort of thing you could do. I didn't have the blaster from memory, so you need that to be able to shoot the bots. But we can just do a bit of a float around outside and have a look around. Still quite fun. Get an aerial view of the space station. Look outside and see the ships going past. So this game was actually recently reset, which reset everyone's progress, unfortunately. But I think it was a small price to pay, really, because it's actually working a lot better now, and you can get the rewards, the Novus Prime rewards now. So that is better. Okay, that's enough flying around, I think. So let's see what else we can find to look at. Okay, so over here we've got the leaderboard, which when I did the video I happened to be on the top of it, but I'm sure I'm not anymore. And we were all reset, so we had to start from scratch, but that's fine. And I'd like to give a shout out to Gigapet64, who was at the top of the leaderboard before it got reset. Okay, so moving right along, let's go have a look at where you would launch the missions. Join the fight. So there's quick join to join a game that's already started by somebody else, or you can make your own custom game, choosing from a list, which is shown here. And the test drive was for people who've never played before. And I really like the way Hellfire Games does an introductory, kind of almost like a hand-holding introduction to their games. So they did the same thing with Big City Stories, which I thought was really well done. I imagine Home Tycoon was like that too, but I've never played past the introduction, so I don't know. And the campaigns get more and more difficult until you unlock the next slot, which is Elite, which I did unlock on Home, but I never got any further than that. I just didn't have time to play this game as much as I would have liked to back on Home. They're basically, the first mission you can sort of do yourself, but after that you really need other people to help you, otherwise you're not going to get anywhere. And then it gets up to the master level, which I haven't unlocked here, as you can see. I don't even know if they work. I presume they do. But yeah, I did not have those on Home. So they look quite difficult. It's such a fun game, such a really fun game to play with other players. And I think it's aged quite well compared to some of the other mini games on Home. So here's some rewards that you can get. So items for your apartment or clothing items. And you got paid a salary as well, which I thought was really cool. And you can spend... You collect Nebulon and you can spend it on enhancements for your ship, so you can do better then. And amazingly, I still have the skin that I bought for my ship from when I was on Home, which is the Tribal Skull skin. I was so happy that I still had that. I think because it's in the store, so it gets carried over into the game. And the weird thing is it works, it's there on the PC version, which it probably shouldn't be if it's a purchased item, but I don't know. Can't explain that one. Okay, so you just pick a mission that you want to play and off you go, and your ship launches into space. And I really like that, how there's like the area where you can talk to people and you can launch into space and do the mission from there. That's really nice. So anyway, I won't play a mission because it would make this video extremely long. And if you want to watch videos of some of the missions, I made some back on Original Home. They're on my other channel called Abiatha Neo. So we'll leave this mission there. So here we are in the personal space for Novus Prime, which was the officers' quarters. And I purchased this from the Novus Prime store, which is why it's still available to me now, because I can get some of my purchased items if they were in people's caches. And we're on the PS3 now, whereas before we were on the PC. And my top is the actual real colour, which is yellow, whereas in the PC version it was light pink for some reason, which is really strange. Must be the emulator. And there we've got a little tiny Earth and some other planets, and I bought these back on Home. I bought a whole set of planets, but only some of them seemed to work, so I guess not everyone had them in their caches. But I did get some really good furniture back that I really loved, like that green couch thing. It was so nice to get some of the items that I had back on Home again. And this view from this apartment's so nice, looking out into space, seeing the ships going past. It's a bit hard to see in the video. It's quite a dark space, obviously. And there's another commerce point there. And I found that a lot of the these items from the space station apartment went really well in here, like these curved couches. So we're just going to head up to the anti-gravity machine. So you get your own one in the apartment. It comes with it. Since Home closed, I've often heard people say, I wonder why Hellfire Games never made Novus Prime as a standalone game. But I think, having played it again more recently, I think, it's just my opinion, but I don't think it would have done that well. It's just too simple for being more than just a home minigame. They would have had to spend a lot of money on expanding it and making it more sophisticated, I think. Especially in competition with all these other space games that are around. But as a home minigame, it's so fun. So the final part of the apartment to have a look at is the hangar. And isn't it great that Hellfire Games bothered to give us a hangar for our ship for this apartment? It's not just a room. And there's a console for launching missions. And there's my ship floating in space. The first time I saw that, I was just so amazed. I thought, wow, they really thought of everything on this in this space. And it's so dark, but it's great. Hello, ship. Wow, it's just so dark and can hardly see you walking. So I just want to say it's fantastic to be able to play Novus Prime again and to be able to walk around in the Novus Prime personal space. So thank you, Destination Home, and everyone who's worked on putting this together and getting it working again. It's fantastic. And although there's no one else in this video, you can see from the leaderboards there's people playing this and enjoying it and having a great time. So maybe if you haven't tried Novus Prime and you're on closed beta 2, have a go. Hopefully I'll see you there and we can play a mission together.